In this video, I'm going to explain to you how I get 10 weekly meetings with my ideal client every single week and the exact strategy and how I do it. For reference, I'm a financial advisor. I run Hemmings Financial Solutions. We get the vast majority of our leads all through Instagram. Over the last 6 months, we've built our following from 0 to over 90,000 followers. We get hundreds of leads each month. And in the last 4 months, we've signed 30 high value clients, all off the back of Instagram. And so yeah, this strategy is how we get 10 weekly meetings booked with our ideal client. The hardest part of being a financial advisor is getting those leads, is getting in front of people, is actually being able to advise and be able to help people. And that is the hardest point, is getting those leads. So this is the vital aspect of really any business, and the lifeblood of the business is generating these leads. And so this is how we do it. So I'm going to jump into the iPad and show you what we do. So the main reason why we can generate so many leads from Instagram with our ideal client is predominantly based on our actual Instagram profile. And it's not the fact that we just, we've got loads of followers now and it just comes from that, but it's the process of how we get to that and how we continue to grow that profile. But yeah, it comes from our Instagram profile. So the main point, or the main sort of theory to think about, is that when someone sees a piece of content, so you have content, right? What most people do if they like that content is they then click on your profile. And when they click on your profile, they make pretty quickly a decision of whether they want to follow you or whether they don't, or whether they want to click on something or whether they don't, or they want to look at other pieces of your content. And so how your Instagram profile is set up is so important. Because if someone sees a bit of content from you that they think is good, right, and then they click on your profile, that is someone, a potential lead, or someone who's potentially going to be a lead in the future. If your profile is rubbish, they will not follow you. And the chances are then they might not see another piece of your content. Or if they did see another piece of their content, they would probably swipe on, or they then may never follow you, right? So it's a potential lead that you're losing. And it all comes down to having your profile set up properly. So in our profile, we've got a bio, right? You've got an Instagram bio. And in this bio, it's really important that you explain to people, firstly, who you help, and what or how you help them. And then you have a CTA. You need to be really specific, and if you haven't seen my first video, go back and watch it, and we talk about having an ideal client, right? Go back and watch that video. It's really a really good video. In here, you need to be really specific on your ideal client, of who that is and what or how you do to help them. And then you have a call to action in terms of book in, right? Book a call of some sort, or whatever call to action you actually want to have. When someone then looks at your profile and they read I help, or you help, or whatever it's, however you set it up, is they can instantly know whether or not you can actually help them and what you do. And if they're interested, or they think you can actually help them, or they're interested in your profile, they'll then decide to follow, or they'll then decide at least to scroll down and look at your other content. You really need to be specific. In ours, it's I help business owners and self-employed people plan, protect, and invest for the future. I think it is. I need to check. I think I said on the last video, our ideal client in that terms is actually pretty broad. And if I was to do it again, if I was to update it and review our profile, I would be more specific in terms of who we help. And that is something we actually need to go and do, because it will help us being more specific. If we were starting from scratch and someone came to me with that as their bio of who they help, I would say you need to go back and think about what your ideal client is and who you help. We're slightly in advantage now that we've got to the point where we're big enough where we can be a little bit more broad, but at the beginning you certainly can't be broad. And again, I think it's probably detrimental to our business. We should be more specific and broad. So maybe you'll see in the next couple of weeks we change that. Anyway, that's off topic. Who you help, what you do, and a call to action. We get on average about 1 million people that view, 1 million eyeballs and 1 million different counts that view our profile every single month. We range from 850k is probably our lowest over the last 6 months, and our highest has been in the twos, but I think 1.8 is typically, if we're going to be high, it's going to be 1.8, but I have seen it at 2.2 mil for some 30-day periods, and that's a rolling 30-day basis, so consistently around the 1 million mark. And whenever people look at our profile, they see who we help and what we do, right? And this is so important because it also siphons out the people who you don't want to help. And this is how you can get higher quality leads from it, is the fact that if you try and help everyone might follow your profile. And then you might have people who are looking to invest £20 a month with you, or you're looking for people who can never get a mortgage with you, or are never going to take out a protection policy with you. Whereas when you're ultra specific, filters out these people. So people who aren't business owners, who aren't looking to protect what they built, aren't going to follow us or aren't really going to engage with our profile, and definitely aren't going to book a call with us. And so that filters out a lot of the poor quality leads because we're so specific with our profile. This, when you're not specific, you get poor quality leads, and also you're less likely to get people booked in anyway, or people to follow you. So your Instagram profile is so important. The other thing that I see that a lot of people make mistakes with is their actual profile picture is they have a logo. Don't have a logo, have your face smiling. People connect with people, people want to see you. They don't want to see a logo unless you're Nike and Adidas and you're well renowned and people can instantly recognize your logo, which is not the case. Have a picture of yourself. People want to connect with you. And the third point is making sure that the reels or content that you have as someone scrolls down, that you've got actual content in there. This is also part of the reason why you actually don't want to go viral right at the beginning, because if you've only got one video that's gone viral, someone will look at your profile. When they then see your profile and see who you help and what you do, they then will scroll through and look at your videos. So it's really important that you actually have content out there and that you're posting every single day. One way to increase the amount of reach you're getting, so right, this million that we get, how you can increase that is by posting more content. And this is where the ideal client comes in. So you need to post content for your ideal client, talk about their problems and their pains, and then provide good information. If you do this on your content, you're going to get more views, you're going to get more people clicking on your profile, more people reading what you're doing, and then more people are going to booking calls with you. Because ultimately, right, what you want is conversations or booked phone calls. That's all you want, DM and phones. And you move DMs to the phone calls anyway. But that is the process. That is how we, in a nutshell, can get over 10 qualified calls with our ideal clients every single week because of this strategy.